Anglo-Saxon England underwent significant religious change. At the start of the era, the places where the Anglo-Saxons settled became pagan. They brought their own gods and beliefs. However, as time passed, many converted to Christianity, the religion which had dominated England during the Roman era.
As pagans, the Anglo-Saxons believed in many different gods. The king of the gods was Woden. He was revered and credited with much authority over daily life. Many stories were told that included the gods. It was considered important to please the gods, as they were thought to influence general well-being and important events like the harvest. This led to many people carrying charms such as stones and jewels. It was commonly believed that charms would protect individuals. Gods were believed to rescue people from harm, sickness, and death. Significant gods included the goddess of love, Frigga, and Tiu, the god of war.
Anglo-Saxon England changed from pagan to Christianity from 597 AD. The change was led by the Pope in Rome, who wanted England to return to Christianity. He sent a monk called Augustine to persuade the kings to change.
At first, Augustine converted King Ethelbert of Kent and his people. Following their conversation, the rest of England slowly followed over the course of 100 years. In return for Augustine's success, the Pope made him a bishop. Ethelbert allowed him to build a cathedral in Canterbury.
By the end of the Anglo-Saxon period, the Church held great authority. Anglo-Saxon England was very religious, with a strong belief in heaven and hell. This allowed the Church to influence the monarchy and government, as well as ordinary people's lives. It owned 25% of English land and was a very wealthy institution.
Anglo-Saxon archbishops and bishops held important positions within government. Many acted as royal advisors and influenced the king's decisions. They were members of the Witan, which was the assembly of the king's advisors. They worked alongside earls and thanes when important decisions were being made. For example, if there was no direct heir to the throne, the Witan would decide upon the next king of England.
At the same time, the church became a central part of village life. Villagers would regularly attend church, and the priest became an incredibly important person within local communities. Pagan festivals and celebrations were replaced with Christian events, and holy days became holidays.
The monasteries also became important. These were religious institutions that monks and nuns lived within. They were important places for learning, as monks often knew how to write and would create manuscripts. They also provided a rudimentary form of school. Boys would learn to read in them and later become monks themselves. Some girls trained to be nuns. In this way, the church's influence continued to expand.